On you for this forecast. It's the holiday Truth and Reconciliation tomorrow. A lot of outdoor events planned. People want to know.
Yes, a lot of eyes on the forecast. You're right, Mark. And for many, the temperatures or the sunshine will hold up for some ideal conditions to commemorate that day outdoors. We are looking at some roller coasters when it comes to the temperatures, especially in the prairies. Other parts of central Canada and the east. Rain in the forecast as we get into the first few days of October. Well, much of the country today has been looking at temperatures above average, and that has been the case especially through Atlantic Canada, much of southern Quebec, and through much of Ontario as well. Some double-digit temperatures in Vancouver, mid-teens, low teens in Edmonton and Calgary, 25s and 31s in Saskatchewan. Yes, there's been a lot of heat north and South Dakota, and some serious winds from the south have been bringing that warm air through southern sections of the prairies where we're seeing these scorching temperatures. We know on this side of the country we've also had issues with cloud cover and lingering showers, and the culprit has been post-tropical cyclone Helene, of course, causing way bigger problems than just cloud cover and showers in parts of the U.S. We're still looking at that rain in Virginia, Maryland, the Carolinas, and into Kentucky and Ohio through the weekend, and even the littlest of rain could cause a problem because the ground is so saturated and because the river flows are so high. That risk of flooding continues through the weekend as that rain continues. What we're looking at in Ontario tomorrow, as I mentioned, we're going to see less of that cloud cover as the afternoon progresses. 20 degrees for your high and a calm wind from the east northeast to keep us company. It will be a bit on the cool side with those winds. So across the map, ideal conditions, as I mentioned, to mark National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. That continues through the evening. And as we head into Tuesday, cloud cover slowly creeps in. By the afternoon, we're expecting much of the province will be seeing some shower activity, but it won't be until the late evening when the heavier bands of rain push in, first around the Bruce Peninsula and parts of Cottage Country, and then overnight through the GTHA, Peterborough, into the Kawarthas as well. Wednesday morning, Kingston and Ottawa waking up to periods of heavy rain, but things clear up pretty quickly and we're left with sunshine for the rest of your Wednesday before we see another round of quick rain headed your way on Friday. So totals up until Wednesday morning, nothing too severe, 6 millimeters or so in Sudbury, potentially 1 millimeter in Toronto, and 3 in Peterborough. Cool overnights though. Timmins down to 4 degrees, 7 in Sudbury. Tomorrow 24 in Fort Erie, and a bit warmer as well as you head towards Belleville and Niagara Falls. Milton 20 and 22 in Oshawa. In Toronto 20 for Monday, 22 with clouds on Tuesday and some showers, as I mentioned, overnight rain. Wednesday, 18 degrees. How about this, though? The rest of the week still expecting above seasonal temperatures and a bright and sunny weekend. Watch out for some frigid overnight lows. Commemorate that day outdoors. We are looking at some roller coasters when it comes to the temperatures, especially in the prairies. Other parts of central Canada and the east. Rain in the forecast as we get into the first few days of October. Well, large sections of the country have been under above average conditions today. That was the case for much of Atlantic Canada, through southern Quebec, into much of Ontario, and even parts of western Canada. 15 in Vancouver, cooling down in those blue blips that you're seeing under some rain and at times some snow in the next few days. We are still seeing some serious heat here in southern sections of Saskatchewan and Manitoba, mainly because of some seriously strong winds gusting from the south, and that helps bring in that warm air. Temperatures into the low 30s. As you can see, we've been consumed by the effects of Helene on the United States. Now a post-tropical cyclone, and it was weakened significantly, but it still continues to essentially rain itself out in parts of the southeast of the United States and parts of the Midwest, and we're still seeing flood watches and warnings in areas like Virginia, Maryland, Ohio, and the Carolinas, Kentucky even, and that is because the ground is so saturated, the river flows are so high, and so any additional rain could cause that kind of an alert. or a risk, lingering cloud cover and some showers in Ontario. But in Quebec, not much to worry about when it comes to Helene. And in fact, tomorrow conditions will be ideal. However, you're planning to commemorate National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. If you've got an outdoor event or a march, 23 degrees for your high, mainly sunny, will mean ideal conditions for that. And it's going to be sunny across the map, really, and we'll continue to see those clear skies even as we head into our evening. Tuesday rolls around and slowly that cloud cover creeps in. Much of the province could be seeing some showers by the late afternoon, but it's only until the evening and overnight hours when we'll see the heavier bands of rain track into the province, first from the west and then by Wednesday morning down in southern Quebec with those bands. Still too early to say just how much rain we're going to see, but areas like Val-d'Or potentially 12 millimeters or so, and then areas like Montreal and Thetford Mines between 5 to maybe 8 millimeters could be possible. We'll keep you posted as we get closer to the date. 23 on Tuesday as well, and then that rain on Wednesday bringing us down 16 degrees, back up to 20 for your Thursday and Friday. Saturday, seasonal temperatures. Sunday, a bit above with a mix of sun and cloud to end off your weekend. Hey, thanks very much, Mark. Well, the daydream never ends, it seems, with these above-average temperatures today, once again in southern Quebec, but pushing through areas that we haven't seen them just yesterday, up towards central regions of the province and towards a tad bit into the east, where we're seeing low 20s with the humidex, even into the mid-20s with the humidex. We know it was a mainly cloudy start to the day, but the sun managing to peek through, especially in southern Quebec. Still a bit more on the cloudy side the more you head towards the east, and we're seeing that rain pushing through the Saguenay area about an hour or so ago, which will make for potentially a passing shower. Quebec City, Trois-Rivières area later on this evening. I'm thinking 7:30 to 8 p.m. potentially. The rest of your overnight, we're going to see dry conditions and, in fact, staying on the clear and sunny side for much of tomorrow as we mark National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. If you've got activities planned outside, this will be a great day to commemorate those. And if you're planning to go to that Every Child Matters march in Montreal at 1 p.m., it'll be mainly sunny by then. Overnight tonight, we're going to see a mix of partly cloudy skies, but this evening still on the clear side, 18 degrees if you're heading outside. And by tomorrow, we're back up to 22 for your high, mainly sunny skies in Montreal and a light wind from the north-northeast. Mark?
Thank you so much, Noor. After a busy week,
roller coaster rides when it comes to those temperatures, especially in parts of the prairies. As for central Canada and the east, could be looking at rain in the forecast. Well, back again to some serious heat in parts of the United States, North and South Dakota. They're in the shade of purple as they see temperatures into the mid-30s, and some of that heat, well, very well into southern sections of the prairies. Record-breaking temperatures for some over there. Cooler today in Thunder Bay, 21 degrees, and into the mid to low 20s through southern Ontario, parts of Quebec as well, as we saw, and the Maritimes and really much of Atlantic Canada sitting at above seasonal temperatures. 8 in Calgary with some rain, 10 in Yellowknife. We've been seeing the headlines about the catastrophic impacts of Helene, and we know that that storm is significantly weakened. Now a post-tropical cyclone, but it is still bringing some rain, and in fact we're seeing flood watches and warnings continue for areas like Virginia, Maryland, parts of Ohio as well, as we expect that moisture to continue through the weekend, and that has been bringing the rain and the cloud cover to parts of Ontario. Not much to worry about when it comes to Helene over here in Quebec. What we're expecting is the cloud cover to start to dissipate as we head through the late afternoon in Montreal. 22 for your high, and we'll have a cool breeze to keep us company through much of the day. A slight chance of a quick shower in the morning to the Sherbrooke area. That'll clear up by the afternoon, and much of your evening dry and clear as well. Tuesday, we'll see the cloud cover creep in, and that brings a chance of showers across much of southern Quebec, western sections of the province as well, and into the north into the afternoon. And then the heavier bands of rain will start to creep in from the tracking east rather into the evening. Tuesday, that'll mean rain for the start of your Wednesday in southern Quebec. Also southwestern regions like Gatineau seeing that into the 8 to 9 o'clock mark on Wednesday. So it's still a bit hard to say how much rain we're going to be seeing, but in Montreal probably around 2 to 5 millimeters potentially if you're in the Thetford Mines area, close to that range as well. So it shouldn't be anything too much to handle. 23 on Tuesday, those showers on Wednesday, temperatures down to 16, and then the rest of the week we're looking at above seasonal, if not seasonal conditions. Saturday and Sunday, bright 17 for your high. Hey, thanks very much, Mark. I keep trying to listen in, trying to figure out whether I'm hearing any complaints when it comes to the weather, and my verdict right now, no complaints whatsoever. Things have been looking great in Toronto, and yes, we've mostly been looking at mainly cloudy skies, especially if you're closer to the water, but the sun has managed to shine through those clouds, and that's certainly been the case. The more you head to the north, that's where it's been the sunniest. I know it's been a great day at Wasaga Beach, and even for some of our lovely viewers in Peterborough County, it's been a lot of sunshine over there. We're seeing lingering cloud cover and lingering shower activity towards southwestern Ontario, London and Windsor, seeing that passing shower, and we know why. Helene still continues to bring rain to parts of the Midwest and the southeast of the United States, although it is weakened significantly. We'll talk more in the full forecast about why there's still risk of flooding for some south of the border. When it comes to temperatures, though, we're feeling like summer when we factor in the humidity, mid to upper 20s for a lot of us, and the humidity at bay as you head towards Sudbury and Timmins, 30 with the humidex in London, Ontario. Passing through the evening, we're going to see those showers, the London area once again, maybe into Vaughan, but for the start of your Monday, we're looking at mostly cloudy conditions, southwestern Ontario, the GTHA, and those clouds will eventually dissipate as the afternoon progresses. So if you have any plans for marking National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, if you're going to any events or marches, it'll be mostly sunny and mostly dry across the GTHA. 17 degrees overnight tonight, partly cloudy, and by tomorrow back again to those above seasonal temperatures. 20 degrees for your high in Toronto, getting brighter as the day progresses. Mark?
Thank you very much, Noor.
Comes to those temperatures, especially in parts of the prairies. As for central Canada and the east, could be looking at rain in the forecast. Well, we're looking at serious heat in parts of the United States, North and South Dakota, once again into the mid-30s in that shade of deep purple. And a lot of this warm air has been pushing up through southern sections of the prairies where we're seeing temperatures into the low 30s, so more than 10 degrees above seasonal for some. Cooler today in Thunder Bay into the mid to low 20s for much of southern and eastern Ontario, also through southern Quebec. And much of Atlantic Canada has been sitting at above seasonal temperatures. 8 in Calgary, where there was rain earlier, and 10 in Yellowknife today. We've been seeing that lingering cloud cover and lingering showers thanks to Helene, a post-tropical cyclone. Now we continue to see the devastating images, and the death toll continues to climb. Although it's weakened significantly, there's still rain in the forecast for many parts of the Midwest and the Southeast. We're looking at areas like Virginia and Maryland, also in Ohio, continuing to see flood watches and warnings because the ground is so saturated and because the river flows are so high. Even small amounts of rain could push floods to occur. That lingering showers that we're going to see in the GTA will clear up by tomorrow. We're looking at mostly dry conditions, and it'll get brighter as the day progresses. 20 degrees for your high, so optimal conditions to be outside if you are headed for that Indigenous Legacy gathering in Nathan Phillips Square. It's going to be sunny at that time as well. Mostly cloudy when we start off the day, southwestern Ontario and the GTHA, but as I mentioned, it will dissipate by the afternoon, and it's going to be dry across the map, really. Tuesday, we'll start to see that cloud cover creep in, and much of the province could be seeing showers in the afternoon, but it will be until the late evening that we'll see the heavier bands of rain. First into the Bruce, and then as we head through the overnight while you're sleeping into southern and eastern Ontario. And in fact, areas like Kingston and Ottawa could be waking up Wednesday still to periods of heavy rain, but that will move out pretty quickly, and we'll see sunshine taking over for the middle of the week. Rain follows briefly as we head into Friday. 24 in Muskoka tomorrow, 24 in Niagara Falls as as well. Cooler in Hamilton at 19, 20 in Milton. Your next 7 days, 18 by Wednesday, 22 by Thursday. Those showers, here they are on Friday, 19 degrees, and Saturday and Sunday looking bright, spending much of the entire next week at above seasonal temperatures. It is a great night when you've got a view like this. Hard to come by and hard to miss as well in Toronto. 19 degrees outside the Toronto airport just now. It was certainly an incredible view earlier today too for communities. The more you headed up north in the province, so cottage country, especially around Georgian Bay as well, we were looking at mainly sunny conditions. Clouds to start off the day in Toronto, but those clouds started to dissipate by the afternoon, and we're still looking at lingering showers. Aurelia around Lake Erie as well. The culprit, none other than Helene, now a post-tropical cyclone, and although it has weakened significantly, it still continues to bring rain through parts of the Midwest and the Southeast, and that rain still continues to be a problem for people living in those communities. We'll talk about why in the full forecast. For now, Helene's impact on southern Ontario also continues into your Monday. Mainly cloudy skies to start off the day in the GTHA in southwestern Ontario, but as the afternoon progresses, those clouds will dissipate, and we're looking at ideal conditions to mark National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. So depending on where you're headed, if you're headed to Nathan Phillips Square for that Indigenous Legacy gathering, we're going to be looking at ideal conditions as well over there. 17 overnight tonight in Toronto, and by tomorrow climbing up to 20 degrees, getting brighter as the day progresses. Mark?
Thank you very much, Noor.
Ahead, after devastating parts of the United States earlier in the week, Helene's impact continues to dwindle both south and north of the border. Stay with us after the break. More sunshine, less cloud in the forecast as early as Monday. Will that sun stick around as we head into October, though? Find out when we come back.